Let's have a good, clean show tonight. No
Yes, sir.
fouls, no little blows.
Yeah, our audio's coming in now, so perfect timing. Yeah, I feel you. Technical difficulties could be kept to, more than a minimum. But yeah, I got you.
For a sec, I thought you were gonna say technical casualties.
Technical casualties is crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, all right, let me do intro real quick. What's going on, dear viewers? Gracious host Kaine Walker back with another episode of the Monkey Paw, episode 55, where we document the downfall of mainstream Western entertainment. I am joined by my co-host Soups. How you doing tonight, bro?
Doing all right, doing all right. I just noticed our number one hater was the first one in our chat.
Ah, yes,
No one ever more dedicated than your biggest hater.
yeah,
No one is ever more dedicated.
your evil twin has come here to heckle once again.
Yes, my evil clone. I can't. Thanks for reminding me of that saga in my life.
Yep, Sepus. He might make an appearance in another campaign. Who knows? Rudy, what?
Rudy? No, no, Rudy. Jimbo says, "I wish I had the will." Haters have.
Honestly,
uh,
I feel like there's a lot we could learn from our haters, like dedication. It's a good point. Sometimes I feel
Dedication.
the same way. Yeah. But
It's
before
like
we,
it's like they operate. It's like they operate on a different type of energy. There's positive dedication energy, and then there's heady dedication energy, and
bruh,
it's
they're moving
never
like
underestimate that power.
they're moving like Omega Shinron, bro. It's negative energy always, bro. The negative energy ball, bro. Negative karma.
Negative karma.
But nah,
Negative.
before we got into our first topic. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying the negative chi, like yin and yang. There's positive energy and negative energy.
Exactly. But before we get into our first topic, I do want to take a moment to reminisce upon the good old days shown by this meme here. Is it even a meme so much as it is the truth? Maybe I'm repeating myself by asking that question. You know, some people would say memes are a representation of the truth, but I digress. You will see an
Well,
image
you
of a
know,
play, huh?
I was gonna say, well, that is if you can meme right, because I know I've seen some memes that are just false on all levels. You cannot
That's
meme.
true. That's true.
Sorry to interrupt though.
Nah. You're good. But you will see here a PlayStation 2 Slim. I don't think this is the original one, which it doesn't matter because any PlayStation 2 is a good PlayStation 2. Followed by the words no
Nerf.
accounts, no logins, no patches, no DLC roadmap, just the game. We didn't realize how good we had it. And to be honest with you, that shit hits way too close to home because it feels like 2010 to 2014 was like yesterday. It feels like that shit was yesterday. How quickly things jackknifed into the fucking void off a cliff with this generation. I don't even know what console generation we're on anymore. Who cares?
Uh, PS5 and Dead End.
Is it the fifth console generation? I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm going based off the number of consoles, which technically we're at five. So
Hmm.
my thing is the gap between PS4 and PS5 just does not feel that great. It does not feel that big.
That's a good question, Jimbo. We'll get into that tonight. Actually, I might have to do some live googling to answer that question. But here's the thing, though. This topic, this first topic, could really spur into anything regarding this console generation. You know, the PS5 having no games, which is another funny topic because, you know, based on what we're going to be talking about tonight, we don't even know if it matters for real because the PS5 has no games. But, you know, people being creatively developers being creatively bankrupt, you know, where do we even stop the conversation there? Games that you want to be good but just come out half baked because of fucking executive producer oversight. Or not even I don't even think executive producer is an appropriate title for them. They don't produce anything. They just meddle. They get in the
Just
way of the actual
executive
creators.
meddling is really.
Yeah.
You could just say executive meddling, and I would say it. If it's not the executive meddling, then it's just the actual producers meddling with their own games. Like if, Insomniac.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Jimbo. I mean, I completely agree with what you're saying. Like, I completely agree with what you're saying. I do. I mean,
It's like
I,
it's either executive sabotage or self sabotage by the producers.
it's like some of these companies are contractually obligated to shoot themselves in the foot, each toe at a time, with a 50 AE Desert Eagle. It's actually crazy, right?
Wait,
We can
we're
talk
on
all
ninth
day.
generation?
What do you say?
I was reading his earlier comment that says I think we are on ninth generation. Wait, ninth generation? Damn,
This is
already?
this is the ninth console generation. Damn.
That's what he said, but like I don't get it. That's how are we judging that?
I have no idea. I mean, hey, Jimbo. Wait, is that Jimbo or is that somebody else's comment that just popped up? Oh yeah, that was Jimbo. But
I,
anyway, I mean, you have people saying things like if buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing, and can you really argue with it? Like, don't give me like. Yes, we know pirating is illegal, but we're speaking on the logic of the fucking argument being levied. Like, come on now, bro. That's pretty airtight. You know what I mean? Like, you own a
yeah.
license. You own a license. You don't own the game. And if at any point the license can be revoked because of your stupid DRM, which why is this even legal, by the way? That's another thing. You kind of make the case for piracy with shit like this. Anti-consumer practices make the case for piracy. No, this is not a moral fucking stance on whether or not you should
Argument.
pirate. This is me giving my opinion on the facts of the matter and the situation regarding anti-consumer practices versus piracy. And to sit here and act like anti-consumer practices do not make piracy attractive is bullshit, and I'm not gonna shy away from it. I don't have to condone people pirating anything to say that. I don't. If you don't want your shit pirated, be pro consumer. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. You've been doing it for decades, but for some reason, now you want to not do that. It's just weird. I don't know. But anyway, enough reminiscing about prior console generations that were much better. We're going to go ahead and actually talk about what made me grab this meme in the first place. All right, so the person sharing the tweet doesn't really matter. It's about what they're saying. This is going to be from Kaya. This is fucking crazy. Dystopian as hell, asking for government ID or biometric data to use a PlayStation that you paid for, and there's people in the replies really acting like this is okay. People have really been conditioned to just not care about their privacy, I guess, or that they don't own the things they pay for. And no, if you think Sony deletes any of this data, you're out of your mind. I don't believe that for a second. I'm not gonna lie to you, because we've already had the T app.
Yeah.
We had the T app. We've had Discord get hacked. We've had fucking Gilded get hacked, I think. We've had
Yeah.
Roblox get hacked. PlayStation,
Oh, I think
Xbox.
Roblox. I thought Gilded by default by extension got hacked because Roblox got hacked.
I think so.
It's like it happened
They're partnered.
simultaneously in connection.
They're
Yeah,
partnered.
because
Yeah,
they're
I think
partnered
so.
up with each other.
Yeah. But yeah, the point still stands. Like, I don't believe they delete anything. I really don't. Or if they do, it's like only if they literally have to. They like offload it onto physical drives that aren't interacting with the servers or something. But anyway, the reason why I skipped to the DRM affecting UK denizens is because it's the most egregious. I won't lie. The entire story about Sony is egregious, but this is fucking insane, bro. Like, let's go to the original.
Yeah.
Let's go to the original tweet real quick and read that. Right. So PlayStation is basically unusable for me now. This is from Dr. Rebecca. The UK Online Safety Act means I have to hand over a face
Hey,
scan or
you're
whatever.
scratching out. You're scratching.
Me? I'm scratching out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Oh, wait. Try talking again real quick.
Hello? Hello?
You sound okay. You sound better now. I think my signal messed up for a second, and that's why you started cutting off for me. But that.
No, no problem. No problem. Um, I don't know if it's just a UK thing, right? But I do know, based on this post, or at least strongly believe, because let's give the 0.1% chance that this is Photoshop or AI, which I fucking doubt. Based on this post, so far we know or have sufficient evidence to believe that this is affecting the UK. I have no idea what other countries might be affected by this. I don't know who else has a online safety act or anything like that. But I would say yes, the UK is being affected by this shit for sure. But as far as its own as it's is it only them? No idea. But it says here age
I
verification. Go ahead.
I was gonna say to kind of piggyback off that. I want to read a comment that Jimbo said. He said, "I'm not giving my Sony my damn driver's license." North Korea hacked Sony after that movie, The Interview, the Seth Rogen
That's
one.
crazy.
Yeah, when James Franco and Seth Rogen made that movie, where they interview Kim Jong Un. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember that.
I'm not gonna lie. There might I don't even know if I should share this or not because maybe they'll get hip to it or something. Never mind. Uh if okay, there might be if for some odd reason, God knows why, there's no games on it anyway. You still want to play your PS5. I think I might know a way if they let you get through this using a mobile number. I think I might know a way. But anyway, that's
I
beside the
mean,
point.
I have a PS5, but I haven't gotten anything like this yet. I don't know if it's an update thing. I don't know if I want to risk that
You're not in the
next time I try
UK.
playing a game on it. But
You're not in the
yeah, not in the
UK.
UK, but I'm saying like to test and verify whether it's happening in the US too or
Mm-hmm.
not, or if it's just a UK thing.
What's happening in the US for sure is that bullshit. You have to check in every 30 days to play your online game shit. And that's just scummy. It's scummy.
Oh my God, I almost I forgot about that until now.
A wild Xenon appeared. What's up, bro? I saw that. You ain't slick.
That's not okay. So that wasn't just me. I saw Blink and you miss like Brad Pitt.
Well, okay, online digital game or digital games in general. Like your digital games will stop working because they're on a timer. Yeah, that's disgusting, bro. You mean to tell me I paid for something, I gave you my money, and I don't even get to use it like I own it? Yeah, no. I'm glad I canceled my fucking PlayStation Plus like a year or two ago. I'm so glad I did that shit. No games. They're trying to encroach upon people's rights and freedoms to privacy. On top of that, there was a. I think I told y'all why I stopped paying for Sony. Like there was this issue where you would get a game for free or you would buy a game. I've had it happen to me both fucking ways. I either get the game for free or I buy it. I play it
Yeah, you.
for some. I have hours of progress into a game. I think the last time this happened to me was Shadow Warrior 3 or Shadow Ninja, Shadow Warrior 3, whatever the game is called. I forgot. But I played the shit for hours. I have achievements in it. And then one day, for some odd reason, I get back on my PlayStation and there's a fucking lock symbol over the game I'm trying to play. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like, it's a game I paid for. It was a game I paid for and a game I downloaded for free. So it happened to me both ways. This game in particular, I think it was, I got it for free. But the second time it happened to Castle Crashers on PlayStation 5. And I was like, yeah, fuck this. Because I'm not paying for the game a second time. It's just not happening. I'm not doing that shit. Because when they give you the game for free and the lock appears on it, they make you go back and pay for it. And it's like, well, no, this is supposed to be included in my PlayStation Plus that I already paid for. So they're trying to tax me twice. I don't care if it's a glitch or a misunderstanding, whatever. I didn't care. Because I tried to call customer service and I forgot what they told me exactly, but they obviously couldn't help me and they wouldn't restore the license on my account. So that's why I ended up canceling PlayStation Plus. Once I saw that shit happening and they seemed to not give a fuck, I just threw my hands up and canceled it. But I'm glad I got out of there because of this shit. Facial recognition, facial scans, ID, mobile phone number, your fucking digital games needing a fucking refresh. You have to be online 24/7. People have been complaining about that forever. There's no fucking reason you should have to be online 24/7 to play your games. That shit's ridiculous. Playing offline is like a staple. Go ahead.
That and it's just really hella unrealistic. A lot of us got jobs. We got jobs. We got stuff to do outside of playing games, man. That shit ain't fair on a whole other level.
I might go a month for not playing a video game, especially these fucking days, excuse me. Because there's nothing to play. Shit. Especially these days. You know what I mean? So, like, it's just getting more and more ridiculous. Like, and this is just the insane DRM shit with the UK. I want to find. Give me a minute to find the post that that's gonna affect mostly Americans and well the next one affects everybody, but I live in America, so I mentioned Americans being affected by it. The one with the 30-day shit. I want to find that. I want to find that. I want to find the evidence of it. Let me grab that real quick. Because it seems like like I said, these companies are contractually obligated to shoot themselves in the foot. Like, I have no earthly idea why they would implement this. Can anybody think of a reason? Like, they're doing nothing but failing, and they just keep rolling out more and more reasons why people should just force them into obsolescence. Everybody should be making the jump to Steam right now. It's the only pro-consumer gaming platform left. And I'm telling you, I was doing everything in my power to remain on console, not because I had some stupid ass allegiance to Xbox or PlayStation, but because I just preferred the console experience. But they've made it so unbearable to remain quote unquote loyal to consoles that it makes no sense to stay there. Just get a PC, get Steam, get a Steam Deck. You know what I mean? I would say getting a Steam Deck is cheaper than getting a fucking Switch at this point. The only reason you should have a Switch anyway is for proprietary titles, not for third party anything. Go ahead, Suze. Sorry.
I was gonna say, funny enough, I found once I got my new laptop, I just started investing into Steam. I started buying, downloading games from there for once, and actually learning how to use keyboards. And yeah, I wonder how fast you guys get used to this because I had to change my damn keyboard controls for some of the games I play on this thing.
Bro, Steam is doing absolutely nothing and they continue to win. I use controller on PC. Like, don't get me wrong. I've played PC. I was forced to play PC because I didn't own a console at one point. So I can do PC. I can do keyboard. I just strongly prefer not to because I like controller better. Like, after my dad stopped bringing out his PlayStation 2 and stopped bringing out his Sega and stuff like that, I had to play on the computer. That's just what I had to do because I didn't own a console of my own at the time. So yeah, you should really be making a jump to Steam if you haven't already. Hang on, I'm still digging for the topic that we're looking for. I want a more detailed look at it.
I think you talked about it a long in like a past episode a long time ago, no? Because I remember
Did I?
you talked about your personal story. Well, because you did talk about your personal story about how you got ripped out of, playing the games that you got
Yeah,
for free
no,
and then got locked out of.
I did tell that story before, but I think I acknowledged that and I just told it again in case people didn't know. That's literally why I stopped playing PlayStation because I wasn't gonna have that shit happen to me again. They're basically stealing money from me. They're stealing money and time from me. I'm not doing that shit. And then you call customer service and they act like they can't do shit for you. Like you can't prove that you have progress on the game on your account. It's ridiculous. I was not gonna have that shit happen again, bro. If I ever play
Yeah,
Shadow Warrior again, it'll be on Steam and it'll be for dirt fucking cheap. Not buying another game on PlayStation, bro.
that's one thing I do love about Steam right now is that they're selling old games that I never got to play back then for cheap. It
Yeah,
feels so fucking nice.
and you can get Steam keys from other sites and gray markets for dirt cheap. You really can't
Oh, well,
lose by going Steam right now. This is the time to do it.
I have not gone into Steam keys yet, but I'll make a note of that. Also, there's a meme I see that I feel like you would be very that's very relevant to this.
You know what's
Me share
funny?
with you in the VC chat right now.
You know what's funny? I'm still looking for it, and what I'm finding instead is a bunch of people trying to cape for PlayStation and saying that the DRM doesn't exist. And then hours later, they prove that it does exist. They admit that it does exist. That's what's crazy. People talk to customer service and everything during that same time. People were like, "It doesn't exist." I think Sony themselves tried to say it doesn't exist. That's fucking crazy. Hang on.
Bruh. Also, let me tag you into our VC chat so you can share this meme because I feel like unless it's too graphic, I don't think it's that graphic, but I want to see what you think of this meme.
Man, there's a couple articles that Kotaku, Insider Gaming, Gizmodo, Tech Radar, they wrote articles saying this shit is fake 2 days ago. I have to read this. I have to read this, bro. I have to, bro. People straight up saying it doesn't.
Oh,
People straight up saying it doesn't exist. I gotta read that, bro. We have to read that. We have to document that. That's fucking rich. That's rich as fuck, bro. That's richy rich, bro. Oh man, that's crazy.
no, Rudy, I am not playing Dark Souls 3 on keyboard.
Oh, Sony's new DRM appears to be a refund scam.
Are we still on the same topic or are we going to different topics now? Because I feel
No,
like we're drifting.
we're not drifting. It's the same PSN topic. I just lost the tweet where they discussed the DRM. I think I'm just gonna pull. I'm just gonna pull
Isn't it
some
one of the
up.
past? Isn't it one of those tabs on your right, like furthest right?
Okay, so I have two articles and one tweet. Let me find the tweet. The tweet is gonna be serviceable. It's fine. It's fine. It's still gonna be a bunch of people trying to say it doesn't exist, but that's good for documentation anyway. I've already shown the UK shit. Um, Bruh, it's so bad that GameStop. It's so bad that GameStop came out against Sony. Let me put this shit on screen.
Ooh, GameStop?
Bruh,
That's
GameStop.
that's in a
Game
that
the official GameStop page Play really has no limits at GameStop. We believe games should work for players, not against them. If you own it, you should be able to play it anytime, anywhere, whether you are online or offline. We're here to help. Start a real collection you can play, share, and trade with 10% off, 2 to 3 pre-owned games, 20% off, 4 to 5, blah, 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 blah. No limits. I mean, this is part of the reason why I got the PlayStation 5 that can run physical discs. I'm still glad I did that because, I mean, even if you download half the
Oh
game
yeah.
onto the machine, it's still a physical disc.
Oh yeah. I forgot now. Yeah, they're selling consoles that have no disk drives in it.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
People tried to tell you were silly for buying the ones that had a physical disc. They didn't think long term. But nah, Jimbo. Yeah, I know that GameStop.
That implies they're thinking at all.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, Jimbo. I think. I think I. Okay, I don't want to say I think I know. I know that GameStop isn't necessarily doing this out of the kindness of their heart, and it's because it hurts their bottom line. But they're still right. Like, this is the best move for them to do. Like, they're still right. And that's why I'm saying it's so bad that even GameStop has to jump in. Because normally they're on the wrong side of every gaming issue, usually, especially when it comes to like people giving
Gamers'
them new
voices.
games. Yeah, gamer voices. People trying to sell them new games and then giving them $10 store credit or some bullshit. It's stupid. Anyway,
Not even, bro. Not even. You could sell your entire old collection of PS3 games, and at best, they'd give you $3. You could give them 20 games from that you're trying to sell back to them. They'll give you $3 for that shit. Fucking ridiculous. And they barely even sell PS3 games anymore.
the alleged PlayStation DRM doesn't exist. It was a made up lie, and it received more outrage than actually DRM that exists, is the entire point. Sony has provided a statement to GameSpot regarding the PSN license checks. Players can continue to access and play their purchased games as usual. A one-time online check is required to confirm the game's license, after which no further check-ins are required. I'm not going to lie to you. This sounds like a response to backlash more than anything, firstly. Second of all, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And I'm not cutting on my PS5 to find out. I'm not doing that shit. PlayStation users report new online license checks, but Sony quells concerns. What the fuck do you mean quells concerns? This doesn't quell anything. The only thing you've proven is that incrementalism works, and that's all this is. You try to see how far you can go by releasing it all at once, and then people go, I quite don't like that. And then you say, oh, but it's temporary. You only have to do it once. It's just a little bit. It's just a little bit. Surely you can part with a little bit. Oh, it's just a little bit, and then, oh, it's just a little bit more. You can't give a little bit more, you can afford it. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
exactly what you wanted all along is implemented. Bro, just cancel PlayStation Plus. Cancel PlayStation Plus. I'm thinking of this video where a mom had a kid slam his PS5 on the concrete. That was a better use of his time than ever logging back in. That was a bet. She saved him from a life of mediocrity. Oh my god, bro.
I've never seen that video. What the?
She made him pick his PS5 up and slam it on the concrete. That was a better use of his time. That was money well spent. That's all that shit is good for.
Damn.
It's really insane though. But yeah, this was from a couple days ago. A viewer confirmed with customer service that the DRM was real. Because at first, people found it and they were saying, "Oh, it's a glitch. Oh, it's not real." And then one dude actually goes to customer service and they say, "Oh, it is real," but like the story just like shifted in a matter of hours. It looks
It's
like.
real, but it's not true. And if it is true, it's not that bad.
I mean, they still snuck in
That
the
was true.
DRM. It was never fucking announced. It was never announced, and no one agreed to have to check in every 30 days and not have access offline. It is not mentioned in the terms of service. When you purchase a game digitally, you should not have to authenticate every 30 days. You shouldn't have to authenticate ever. Once I buy it, motherfucker, it should be on my system. The only time I should ever have to connect back to the internet is if I delete the game and I have to download it again. That's it. That's literally it. And even then, shit, maybe since you own your copy of the game, you should be able to do more with the data on the system because you own the game, right? Owning a game digitally should be just as good as owning it physically, but that's not what they want, clearly. We understand your concern on this matter. While there hasn't been a formal public announcement from PlayStation, the introduction of the 30-day DRM timer is meant to be a technical measure. Exactly. There has not been an official announcement from Sony, and no one agreed to this, and still made purchases unknowingly with the restriction that some of the shit is blocked. Large lawsuit, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your interest on the 30-day timer that is being applied to all new purchases. Affected content, games purchased digitally after the March 2026 update. Offline functionality. If the console does not connect to the internet within 30 days, the license expires and the game may refuse to launch until the connection is restored. Primary console restriction. Setting a console as primary does not bypass its 30-day requirement. The 30-day is a valid period and is not a sign of an account restriction or anything like that. I mean, that's beside the point. All of this shit is beside the fucking point. And what's crazy is that in this customer service interaction, it actually doesn't specify that it's a one-time check-in. So obviously that was an answer to backlash. Or at least that's how I'm going to choose to interpret it, because why should I give them the benefit of the doubt? You're already trying to implement changes that I don't agree with. Why the fuck should I give you any leeway? Why has the practice of consumer producer, or the relationship between consumer and producer, become so adversarial, especially in the realm of entertainment? I just don't understand. You have been eating off our
Yeah.
Y'all have been eating off us well for decades, especially when you were doing pro consumer practices. Why? How does this not hurt you long term? Let's say they get the dystopia they wanted. How does that not hurt them long term?
Really makes you wonder what the people at the top are thinking, because I mean, if it's just complete apathy or just negligence, then that must mean they have some way to, how to say, avoid the consequence of the business failing.
Ah,
If they could just, if they think they could just do all these predatory practices and not face any consequences.
it's funny that you say that, Soups, but we will not cover that topic here tonight. I'm sure people already know where I'm going. But, but let me put my tinfoil hat back in the closet, boy. Let me do that real quick. But nah, this is the first tweet I saw where somebody confirmed that there was a timer on digital purchases on the PlayStation Store. They bought Don't Starve Together. Yeah, Don't Starve Together console edition. Uh, there's no start date listed, so I actually don't know when they bought it. The valid period is for May 14, 2026, or through May 14, 2026. Um, and the remaining time on it is 20 days. So obviously they bought it 10 days ago, because it's a 30-day timer. And people immediately were like, "Oh,
Uh-huh.
it's a." I don't even know who said it first, but the people were like, "Oh, it's a glitch. Oh, it's a misunderstanding. Oh, it doesn't exist. There is no DRM." Like, what do you mean there's no DRM? How is this a glitch? I don't even. How did people even reach the conclusion that this is a glitch? I don't think that's what glitches do. Glitches don't have defined parameters in which they operate, and then they execute exactly
Yeah,
exactly as they were programmed. Oh
I
god.
was gonna say, yeah, this is the cleanest looking glitch I've ever seen.
Exactly. It marks the valid start period, or valid period to start. Yeah, valid start period and valid end period. Remaining time 20
And
days.
how
Like,
much time you have left?
how are you supposed to interpret that? I checked my game info for Fist of the North Star by the Yakuza devs earlier this week. I haven't gotten the new DRM yet. I think the DRM only affects post March 2026 purchases. Yeah,
It's
Or when
Yeah,
did
I
you
think
buy
it's
that?
gonna hurt new games.
Hmm.
No,
It's
because
gonna
I
affect new
also have that. I
purchases.
have that game too that he's talking about, and I also have that game that he's talking about, the Fist of the North Star game, and I never got hit with that.
Well,
So
you
I
wouldn't
think
have.
it's and
You
it's a
wouldn't have.
old.
Go for it.
No, but I'm saying it might be because that game is kind of old now. Technically, it's kind of old by console generation logic. That's an old like 2017, 2018 PS4 game. So it might be something that's like hitting more recent games, more recent titles.
Well, no, it's not. It's
That's what I'm
not.
trying to say.
It's not recent titles. It's recent purchases.
Recent purchase. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, I see
purchases.
what you mean.
Yeah. So if this game was bought in 2025, it obviously wouldn't have the timer. From my understanding of everything that's been put forth so far, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to get to this
Yeah,
fucking
so
article.
Jimbo,
Go ahead.
When did you buy the game? Also, are you enjoying it? Because I don't know that many people that actually play the game. I'm actually curious.
Bro, people were scrambling to say this shit doesn't exist. This shit is so funny. Never trust the media, bro. Oh, and there's comments.
Never.
There's comments. Oh man, I can't wait to read them shits. Gizmodo, freak out over PlayStation DRM was a big nothing burger. Do tell. Sony should be more open about its platform changes, especially around DRM. This week, PlayStation fans grew incensed that the PS5, made more expensive with price hikes, was reportedly. And then that's another thing. Oh my god. You have the brazen fucking gall, the brass pendulous balls to enact to enact this fucking DRM after raising the prices. Boy, I swear to God, bro.
The
After
nerve.
after this go round of PlayStation, the price of the brick going up is gonna take on an entirely new meaning, bro. I'm telling you. It's gonna cost them so much in the long run if they ever decide to sell another PlayStation, bro. I hope we get a. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I hope we get a Steam version of the Red Wave, bro. I hope there's a Steam Wave.
Steam Wave.
I hope Steam wins all 50 states in a landslide.
Steam wins 50 states.
Gabe Newell for president. Make gaming
That's
great again.
great again.
All right, enough jokes.
Uh,
Uh,
it's gonna PS party, Xbox party. I'm going third party, the Steam party.
my bad. Okay. This week, PlayStation fans grew incensed that the PS5, made more expensive with price hikes, was reportedly requiring a new constant internet connection to play the game they buy. After watching the PlayStation community burn for days on end, Sony finally offered the barest explanation to cool the internet's hottest heads. The panic started with rumors of new DRM. That shit was not a rumor. Is that how rumors start? Do rumors start with physical evidence? I don't think most rumors start out that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's brazenly trying to shove everything under the rug, sweep everything under the rug. That's
I
wow.
think okay, I don't know where this article's gonna go, but the title makes me think they're gonna try and say it didn't exist because it was from 2 days ago when people were trying to say that the shit wasn't real. But let's let's hedge our bets a little bit and say that this article could be on our side, even though the title is fucking misleading. That being said, I'm pretty sure that once something has physical evidence, I don't think you can categorize it as a rumor. Maybe a misinterpretation of data, but a rumor, no. Like rumors are like hearsay.
Yeah.
That shit was not hearsay, bro. In the words of Beckworth, was it Jim Beckworth? You hear say, you don't see say. So I say, fuck Sony. All right, okay, that's enough. The panic. All right. The panic started with rumors of new DRM or digital rights management that perpetuated on X, which were further spread by and exacerbated these $10 words, I tell you, by YouTubers and Twitch streamers. Some PlayStation users spotted an odd 30-day license check on new digital only games purchased on both the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. The check seemingly required an internet connection. Excuse me. Ugh. The check seemingly required an internet connection to confirm the license's authenticity every month. However, even then, it was unclear if the game would actually stop working when the timer ran out. What? Listen, okay, fine. It was unclear that the game would stop working when the timer ran out. Why? How the fuck else should I interpret that, though? You know what I mean? How should I interpret that? I know
So
that,
wait,
bro. Every
wait.
time
So to try
somebody,
to under,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I, I'm trying to understand what they're saying right there. So if it was that last line, it was unclear the game would actually start working. I mean, isn't that what the whole point of waiting? I mean, you could, if it's
Bro,
really that doubtful, why don't you just wait and see for yourself? I mean,
no. First of all, they're being obtuse, bro. This shit literally says
yeah,
start, end.
who's-
How the fuck am I
that's
supposed
what.
to interpret end? End what? Like it was unclear. Like I know people use
Yeah,
this
I was gonna
meme a
say
lot.
like, did
Go ahead.
I was gonna say yeah, assuming that it all started because of posts like that actually screenshot the start and end time. I don't see how he's saying that it was unclear if the game would actually stop working. Then what's the point? Well, what
I
was the
don't.
point of having the end time there?
I don't know, bro. But I know people use this meme a lot of like somebody standing over a plate with their cheeks spread. He would be the guy going, it was unclear whether or not he would shit on the plate. That would be him.
No.
It was,
She's right.
yep. Standing up above the plate, cheeks spread wide open. It was unclear whether or not he would shit on the plate. I'm just saying, why should you give him the benefit of the doubt? Maybe confetti would come out of there. Anyway.
Wait, I want to respond to a comment by Jimbo real quick. Jimbo says he likes the full game Fist of the North Star. Hope to play Koei PS3 Fist of the North Star. I never got to play the old Fist of the North Star games. Damn, I never got to play those. They look good even by today's standards. And I heard
Because
they're
they're
actually more
stylized, bro.
faithful to the anime and manga, so maybe one day I'll see if I can find a way to get those. But as for the Yakuza one, I like the game. I just wish it actually followed the story of Fist of the North Star. It went its own route. Kind of like something else we might talk about today.
I feel you. But that gameplay was nice, wasn't it?
It was. It was nice. I will say though, I do kind of wish I got to play as the other characters in Fist of the North Star too. I mean, don't
Mm.
get me wrong, I love playing as Kenshiro, and I do love the system, and I
Isn't it
love the
the
open world. It's just
isn't it the Hokuto Ken? That's his thing?
yeah.
Yeah.
Octoken is Fist of the North Star, yeah.
Oh my god, I
I'm
want to
saying like
watch
I
that.
love it, and especially I do love that retro shonen titles are getting games that aren't just Dragon Ball Z or Naruto. I know that's something I kind of complain about. Is like I want to see games from other game titles, like that are underrepresented.
Bro, I want to watch that
So
shit again now, bro. There's something about that era of kung fu martial arts anime. It's just fucking undefeated, bro. It's so good. Oh, anyway,
it's
right?
I was gonna say it's a classic, man, and it's like a classic that not a lot of people actually watch this these days, and that's sad. It's dated, but it's so charming despite that, and it still holds up better than the remakes and reboots that came afterwards.
Hang on, my bad. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
anyway, sorry about the distraction. Yeah, you
No,
can
no, no, no,
go
no, 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 no,
rant
no.
back
You're
to.
no, you're good. You're good. You're good. Um,
Oh,
my
yeah, no,
bad.
I do like the game. I do like the gameplay of the Fist of the North Star game. I just I've seen clips of the PS3 one that Jimbo's talking about,
Mm,
and you do get to play as the other characters, and that's something I wanted in the Yakuza game,
damn.
along with following the story, the original story. It only
Okay.
does that for like the first chapter, and then it goes its own plot.
All right. So from what I've skimmed here so far, I will say it. Okay. I will say it doesn't look like the article is saying that the DRM didn't exist anymore. It's calling it a nothing burger still though because it's not as severe as people were saying. So it's downplaying it. Still bad.
Basically,
Still bad, but not okay. I will admit it's not what I thought it was gonna be. I admit that.
I mean, it's like what I said earlier. It's like, oh, if it happened, it's not true, but if it did happen, it's not that bad.
Yeah, and so
It's
and if
it's
it
that kind
is,
of
so
speak.
what? Yeah, it's really there's no way to win. There's no way to win. Where's that "you are here" meme, by the way, for that the type of argumentation? Anyway, it turns out that the check is only. It turns out that the check is only a one-time occurrence, bro. How does this not read like a response to backlash, bro? How? What's the point of the one time? What's the point? What is the point of me having to do this shit at all? I paid my money. You've granted me the license for the product. Why do I have to check in? Why am I paying full price for half ownership? Why am I paying full price for not even half the ownership? Why? A Sony spokesperson told GameSpot players can continue to access and play their purchased games as usual. A one time online check is required to confirm the game's license, after which no further check ins are required. That just doesn't make any sense.
That's sketch.
That
That
shit
sounds
just
sketchy.
that shit just it just doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense. That shit just doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. You check the validation of the license once after the end of 30 days. Why? Or is the 30-day timer thing not in play anymore? I don't believe they've explained this with enough detail for this shit to make sense. Because people are talking to customer service, and customer service isn't even highlighting. If the console does not connect to the internet within 30 days, the license expires and the game may refuse to launch until a connection is restored. Nowhere in here does it say, oh, you only have to do it once. I don't believe this shit.
Bruh.
I don't believe that shit at all, bro. I don't believe it. And if it is true, or let me word it this way. I don't believe that was their original intent if it is the case now. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that was their original intent. I just don't. I think they're still trying to implement their original plans and probably worse down the line. I don't believe them. Excuse me.
Yeah, they give us no reason to trust them.
I don't get it, bro.
Speaking of speaking of which, the I sent you that meme in the private chat. You want to take a quick look at it?
Yeah, let me look. I'll share it with the audience if it's for yes, yes. By the way, it's not even just PlayStation. It's not even just PlayStation. It's not. It's not even just PlayStation. It's Xbox.
Yeah, it's Xbox,
Who else?
Nintendo, kind of.
I would say Steam and Nintendo are kind of watching. Now Nintendo is dying slower, but they're still dying, bro. Their death is slower, but it's still happening.
I just I saw this in another. I just saw this in another place, and I was just like, "Yeah, this is 100% relevant to our current topic." Let me send it to Kane.
1000% relevant. But yeah, the fact that they're trying to downplay this is still stupid. It's ridiculous. Um, in the end, the DRM check is a one-time method to determine if a game's license is legitimate or not. Yeah, but why are they trying to call this a nothing burger? That's not what a nothing burger is. It's not what that is. You could say that it's not as severe as it was made out to be. It's still not a nothing burger. Why is the DRM there in the first place? Why is it there at all? This is like the same arguments people have about race swaps. Yes, it's happening, but it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Yeah, yes, it's happening, but it doesn't matter. Okay, if it doesn't matter, why do it in the first place? Like it's stupid. It's appeal to triviality every single time because that's all they got. Your concerns don't matter. You're being a baby. You're overreacting. Like it's gaslighting, bro. Do not
yeah,
let up.
gas. Yeah, gaslighting. Yeah, gaslighting. That's the best term for that. This is gaslighting, straight up.
It's likely a means. Oh, now we're speculating. It's likely a means to fight. Leave the billion-dollar corporation alone. It's likely a means to fight against a refund scam that let players keep a game after they went offline and refunded the title.
uh,
I've never heard of this shit. How the fuck can you go offline and refund the title?
I have no idea.
Don't the servers have to call back to your console in order for you to? That shit doesn't make any sense, bro. Somebody's gonna have to explain this one to me. Cause if the refund doesn't the refund require an internet connection?
I think so.
Maybe
Pretty
I'm
sure.
maybe I'm ignorant. I'm willing for that to be the case, but this shit doesn't make any sense. A refund scam in which you can refund the title for a game offline. I don't get it. Somebody's gonna have to explain that one to me. Excuse me.
It's
It likely only.
I
Go ahead.
I'm trying to formulate words, but I'm stumped just like you are, because if you're gonna refund, then it's a process transaction that requires a connection between two. Just
Yeah,
trying to
like
break this down to these terms. Yeah.
refund how and from where? Can you even refund games on PlayStation? Are they calling the bank? What are they doing to refund the game once they get it for supposedly free? Well, how are they getting their money back?
Okay.
I don't know, bro.
Again, they're getting the money back in fucking hopes and dreams,
I don't know.
sending back pixie dust.
Maybe they paid for it in big. I don't know. It likely only impacts. I don't
Bitcoin.
know, bro. I don't know.
Nah, they send it back in crypto coins.
I don't know, man. It likely only impacts new games purchased from March this year or later. It's not nearly as sweeping as the infamous Xbox One DRM, where Microsoft originally instituted 24-hour internet check-ins for all purchased games. Xbox removed those DRM checks months prior to the console's launch. I don't care.
Isn't that just as
Like,
bad?
I mean,
How is that one worse than the
see,
other?
I think it's useless to argue severity when atrocities exist regardless. Who cares how much worse it was than the next thing? It's all bad. All of it's bad. like this turns this shit into a contest in which the lowest score wins. Like the person with the least amount of infractions is the least evil. Like no, it's all bad. They all suck. It was all trash ass ideas being forced onto the consumer. Leave it at that. It's not nearly as bad as I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. Sony has been far too tight-lipped about changes to its platform and policies. When the company isn't open about these changes, it lets sensational social media speculation run rampant. I don't give a fuck about that. You know why I don't care about that? Because it's called having an immune system. Everybody did exactly what the fuck they were supposed to do with what evidence they had. They made fantastic arguments with limited data and still ended up 80% right, which I'm sure they were 100% right until Sony caught wind of it and backtracked. This is exactly what everybody was supposed to do. Again, why the fuck should they think outside of their own best interest as a customer? Why? Why should they not assume the worst, especially when Sony is being so covert about digital rights management practices? We're supposed to own these consoles. We're supposed to own these games. Yet clearly they're trying to rip whatever rights we still have to claim ownership away from us. Yet they still want our money. Yeah, no, fuck that. Anyway, then it has to spend time on damage control, in this case, dropping the merest boilerplate statement. They didn't even, they didn't even fucking explain anything. They just said, oh, it's only one time. They didn't elaborate on anything. The fact that you're defending them, even though you yourself admit that they didn't do a good enough job explaining this, says a lot, because you have details in this article like, oh, we don't even know if the game would end once the timer ran out. Which, one, how the fuck else are we supposed to determine or interpret the ending of something as listed by a screenshot from a user? Two, that's a problem. Like, you should be demanding that info from PlayStation. Like, this article shouldn't be about how everybody is overreacting. It should be about how Sony didn't explain enough and how we shouldn't trust them until they're more upfront about their practices. Why are we getting the cudgel for doing exactly what the fuck we're supposed to do in defense of our own money and time and hobbies? Like, why are we getting the spray bottle instead of Sony? Again, this shit smacks of leave the billion-dollar corporation alone.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The entire situation is indicative of anxiety surrounding game ownership. When you purchase a digital title on the PlayStation Store, you're not buying a copy of the game, but a personal license to play it. As explained in Sony's terms of service, that license can be revoked back in 2022.
Did they write that in like the middle halfway point of the paragraph that you would take fucking hours to actually read to get to that point? Because I don't remember that being in the agreement.
I mean, I don't remember reading it. I'm gonna be real. Like, but who the fuck does? But here's the thing though. That shit, I don't agree with that being. uh
It doesn't justify it either. Yeah, like
Yeah, I don't
it should
care if
just be
that's
something you tell them
legal.
up front.
I don't. People act like something can't be something can't be. If people act like if something is legal, it can't still be wrong. Like, yeah, it's legal for them to give me a 300-page fucking terms of service document. I'm not saying it's 300 pages, but you get the point. Like, it's flooded with legalese and shit, and like it's long on purpose so that they can sneak bullshit in there. You know what I mean? Like, it's not cool for them to be
Yeah.
able to do that. Like, I have no idea what I'm agreeing to. And yes, you could blame the individual for that, sure, but I mean, it's not empathetic and it's not really fair. It really isn't. Like, yeah, I get it. I should read the 20-page terms of service document before I agree. It's bullshit, bro. Who's doing that?
Man, what?
Who's doing that?
Honestly,
I'm not
why
hiring a
don't they ever
fucking
make that
lawyer
shit
to
shorter?
interpret. I'm not exactly. Why don't you just make the bit shorter? I'm not hiring a fucking lawyer to read the terms of service. Like, somebody died at a fucking Disney World restaurant or Disneyland restaurant, some Disney vacation spot
That's
restaurant because
because
they ate something. They ate something that
it
they
was
were
it was
allergic
a
to.
peanut.
It was a what?
It was a peanut allergy. Remember
Yeah,
we talked about that before. It
yeah,
was
we did. I'm
a
using that as an
restaurant
example.
in Disney World. It was a restaurant in Disney World.
Yeah,
A person ate a meal,
yeah.
had peanut allergy.
They
It's,
died.
they did not tell, yeah, and they did not tell the person about it beforehand.
Yeah, this person died, and it turns out they couldn't sue because of something they agreed to when they signed up for fucking Disney Plus. You waive your right to sue Disney in the event something happens or something like that, and they're no longer responsible for anything that happens to you as a result of you agreeing to watch Disney Plus or whatever. It's very scummy. What the fuck does me watching your streaming service have to do with me going to your fucking vacation spots, resorts, amusement park? It's stupid. I don't care if that's
Yeah.
legal, dude. That who, bro? Have you ever heard of legal? Have you ever heard of criminals that operate within the law, bro? That's the textbook definition of that shit. That's the textbook definition of that shit. How are you
Yeah.
supposed to know that signing up for Disney Plus would waive your right to sue them in the event of a wrongful death, or anything, or anything else, right? That they wronged you for? It's ridiculous. And things like that, when it comes to, agreeing like terms of service for video games, streaming services, and the like, you shouldn't be able to do that. You just shouldn't be able to do that. And again, like, I'm not hiring a lawyer to read the terms of service before I agree to some shit. It's predatory. Anyway, where was I in the article?
I think you're in the PlayStation controls games available.
I don't think I read all of this.
And, well, you read the first sentence at least.
The entire situation is indicative of
No, you said
anxieties.
the license can be revoked. That's where you were on because you read the first two
Oh yeah,
sentences.
that license can be revoked. Back in 2022, yeah, I didn't finish the sentence. Back in 2022, Sony removed several movies from German-based PlayStation accounts, likely due to Sony's own licensing issues with the rights holders. That's goddamn. That is not the consumer's problem though. PlayStation controls what games are available to buy, evidenced by it removing over 150 shovelware titles from its digital store. I mean, that's removing something from the store is way different than removing it from my account. Like, even Steam removes games off their store, and if you have the game, it's still in your library. If you have the key, you still have that bitch. Just because it's not on the store anymore doesn't mean the shit just leaves your library. On top of that, if you have the game and it's been unlisted from the store and you happen to delete it, since you had the game before, you could still download it. Because you're grandfathered into owning the game. To be fair, that one I only heard. I've never experienced it because I've never owned a game that got taken off the store and tested that. But I've heard it. So take that one with a grain of salt maybe. But all the other shit, I can't confirm.
Yeah.
I can still confirm that even though a game's been removed, you still have it in your library. I can confirm that for sure. But anyway, nobody will miss those games, but it's an example of how much control Sony has over its entire platform. That has nothing to do with anything, though. That has nothing to do with the point being made. Like, what does removing shovelware titles from your own store have to do with my rights to ownership over the things I already bought? Digital rights management over the console that I own. That has nothing to do with this subject at all, bro. Nothing. Nobody will miss those games, but it's an example of how much control Sony has over its entire platform. It determines what games you can play. It can restrict where and how you play them. It can remove those games from your library if it deems necessary. Well, they did remove
Necessary.
Concord. Nope. Here's the thing. I don't agree with this shit at all, but they did delete Concord off the store and take it out of people's fucking libraries. But they also refunded them. I don't give a fuck if they refunded them. What if I didn't want the refund? Like you're taking away my choice to choose to hold on to this game because yes, nobody liked Concord, but it was still a historical event. What if I wanted to keep the my digital
In
copy of the game to share with people in the future?
in in,
What if I
in
wanted to keep it?
infamous.
Go ahead.
I said an infamous event.
True.
Oh God, I miss the infamous games. Oh, the first two. I miss the
Duh.
first two in particular.
But yeah, you see my point, right? Like they're not giving me a choice to
Yeah.
keep. You're not giving me a choice. You're just taking the shit from me. That's not how this shit was ever supposed to work. Because if that shit happened in like the 90s where a shit game came out, good luck reversing that bullshit and trying to rewrite history. Those copies are out there forever. Yeah, sure. A bunch of them would end up in a landfill. A bunch of them shits would end up in a landfill somewhere, which I'm sure is what still happened. But people would still have probably thousands of copies in circulation just because it was such a legendary fuck up. Like that shit might become a collector's item off that alone.
A collector's item.
It might. But yeah, you wouldn't
I
be
don't.
able to reverse that shit like you can now, especially off a digital title. I wonder what happened to the physical copies of Concord because I know some existed.
Uh, Probably became a collector's item, like you said.
Probably. I wonder who's selling that shit on eBay.
Look, that's the thing though. Like, that's what gets me is who would make it their mission? Like, who would actually want to buy a collector's item museum of just historical fuck up products like Concord?
Well,
Like,
it
that
wouldn't.
is money
That
and dedication I cannot imagine an average person having.
that's not how it would be framed. It would be framed as gaming history, and that includes the dark parts of gaming history. Concord would be a part of it.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's the most likely framing. Just a piece of gaming history. You know, just like the good games, people want to own them. People might want to own the trash too, but Concord is not just any trash. Like this is God roll trash. Like it dropped with all the work. Like bro, it dropped with the worst possible stats imaginable. Like, bro, you know, okay, a God roll is like a gun that drops with like the best possible stats ever for its weapon class. What's the opposite of that? that's what Concord was. That, that's what Concord was, bro. A fraud roll. Concord was a fraud. It was a fraud roll, bro. Those are just as good.
Fraud roll.
Those are just as good to keep as God
That's
rolls, bro. Just because it's such a legendary failure. It's like rolling a nat 1. Like a nat 0.
if a, there is, bro, you just reminded me of Kung Fu Panda. There is now a level 0.
Oh no. Did I finish the article? Just in case, I'm gonna read this last sentence. It can restrict where and how you play them. It can remove those games from your library.
Yeah, you did. You
I
said
read that.
necessary. That's what I stopped you
Okay,
and said
okay,
necessary.
yeah, this last sentence right here. The least the home entertainment company could do is be direct in telling consumers when it's making changes to how they purchase their games. Again, why was this article not about that instead of wagging your finger at everybody for doing exactly what the fuck they were supposed to do? Anyway, let's read these comments. I know we spent an hour 17 minutes on this topic. I still think it was worth it. Plus, I still had to do some digging because this story is still kind of new. Wasn't this shit from like 2 days ago or something?
That's what you
Yeah,
keep saying. It's a two that it started up 2 days ago.
yeah. I had to kind of dig up some shit from like literally like 48 hours ago. So my bad, y'all. I don't think anybody's made like a full documentation of this yet. It's definitely coming up again because people are going to see how this development unfolds. So, yeah, this shit ain't going away at all. First comment here from IT Cures SEO. The way DRM problems develop before their full details exist shows your research work. Excuse me. The platform updates showed that background information needs to be known before people can understand what happened. Users responded with strong reactions because of their previous experiences with DRM problems would make their behavior understandable. Exactly. Like I said, the immune system. Or shit, fucking immune system. What's the system, the limbic system, I think it is, responsible for
Which
huh?
which system what are you talking about?
I'm
That
trying to make a point. The immune system is responsible for curing illnesses. Once you get sick, it's harder for you to get sick again. I'm trying to figure out what system is responsible for the other one because you don't even need an immune system necessarily. Like the applied to the phrase "once bitten, twice shy." Which one is that on the limbic system? You don't even need. That's basically what this was. Like, we've already been bitten once. Why the fuck should we risk getting bitten again? Or why shouldn't we prepare for the off chance we might get bitten again? You know what I mean? Like, or you could also use The Boy Who Cried Wolf, or anything that deals with you experiencing harm for the first time and then trying to prepare for it, being fooled, deceived, beat up, whatever the fuck. You get the point. That's exactly what the fuck
I
was
was
happening
thinking
here.
I was thinking the "fool me once, shame on you" analogy, but that might not be appropriate to this,
No, it's
since no
completely
one's falling for it.
no, it's completely appropriate. It's the same
Oh,
thing.
okay then.
It's the same thing. Action reaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I don't like this article, why I don't like this article is because it frames everyone's reaction as like unjustified, and it fucking isn't. It just isn't. Maybe the article did not act like the Sony thing didn't exist like I thought did originally, but it's still a shit article. Why are you wagging your finger at the customer? It doesn't even make sense. Medium talent. Ooh, he's adding more details because I said something similar happened to me both ways via purchase games and free games downloaded via my subscription. What about the games that were available for free with PlayStation Plus subscription? There are many of those I have added to my library
Oh,
without ever downloading, much less actually playing them. Do I need to download, then open them just to keep the license active? Yeah, that's true, because, like, eventually PlayStation added a feature where you can just add a game to your library and you don't even necessarily have to download it in order to have the license because
really?
they're giving you the game for free. You can add the full game to your library. I think I've been locked
Man,
out
I
of that
never
shit
got
too.
anything like that.
No, it was
You
good,
got
bro. It
locked out
worked.
of that? I never got that. I never got that advertised in the first place.
When I say locked out of it, I mean I've added a game to my library, never downloaded or played it, and still not
Yeah.
been able to access it later. But yeah, it was good when it worked. It provided an actual incentive, especially the height of the PS4 era. The shit was great. At one point, they released Dark Souls 1 for free. It was fucking amazing. Not that I needed that at the time because I had already played Dark Souls, but I could see the quality and I could respect it. Like, they're
Mhm.
giving people the experience of Dark Souls 1 for free. People who have potentially never played it before. Like, they were giving out heat for free, bro. It was crazy. It was good when it worked. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Speaking of Speaking of Dark Souls, I want to respond to Rudy. I do not feel like streaming Dark Souls 3 anytime soon.
You
If
should, bro.
ever.
You should, bro.
Uh,
It would be fun. Anyway.
yeah, which, ooh.
But nah, this is a great question. Again, why wasn't this article about them not being transparent enough instead of wagging your finger at us for having the appropriate reaction? And this person, nope, it checks the info on your account, which games are in your library, not on your console. And how do you know
Isn't that the same thing?
that? In your library and on your console, I would say yes. Oh, unless by on your console they're making the distinction that it's downloaded onto your actual hard drive and taking up space. Then I understand what they mean. It's based on whether or not the game is in your library, which, yeah, that would be granting you the license and not whether or not it's actually downloaded. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I I guess. Uh, I don't. I don't know. It just. I'm always under the impression that like once you buy the game or download it, then don't you automatically have a license? It just gets added to the library regardless. I don't know. It feels like the two are always just connected together by extension, by association.
I mean, you would
It's
think
hard for me to distinct one from the other.
they're married, but here's the difference: you can buy a game, but not necessarily download it right away. If you buy the game and it's added to, because here's the thing: redeeming a game on your subscription is the same as buying it, because essentially you have already paid
Huh?
for the game via your subscription. It is an incentive, isn't it? It is an award, not award, reward for participating in the subscription service. So you click add to
Right.
library, that is essentially redeeming a token for purchase of the game. It is the exact same as going to the marketplace, seeing a game for $40 and buying the game, adding it to your library, and not downloading or playing it at all. You still own that game. So what he's saying is the game doesn't have to be on your console, as in installed, for it to count as you having the license.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, so the
Okay. I think I know.
library,
I think I get it now.
yeah, the library is the catalog for licenses, not whether or not it is installed on your hard drive.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I
Yeah,
think I get it now.
yeah. But like this person said, I wouldn't say nothing burger. The check-in could force you to update a game when it happens, which could hurt the modding community who need specific game versions for their exploits. Mm, I don't know why you had to bring up the modding community, but I agree with the first part. I wouldn't say nothing burger. This second one is a whole conversation. Oh, I guess
Honestly,
enforcing people to update. That shit was stupid. I had to deal with that shit with Stellar Blade, by the way. That's why I'm glad I got a physical copy. That's another fucking thing why digital is superior. Whenever they would force updates for Stellar Blade,
digital superior.
no, physical is superior. When they would when they would force updates for games and you had the digital copy, there was no way to reverse the patch. If you had a physical copy, you could delete the game off your hard drive, reinsert the disc, and reinstall it with no patches. If you had a day one copy of Stellar Blade or any game, you could revert that bitch back to vanilla by deleting the patch. You had to delete the game, go offline, reinstall the game, and play it vanilla. That's what people were doing when they censored Stellar Blade.
Wow.
Buy physical at all costs, bro. All costs. I don't care if you have to install half the game on your shit. Buy it physical. Buy the shit physical. How is it? How is it a nothing burger? Soldiers who get deployed won't be able to play their new games because they can't connect to the net to authenticate. Exactly. I didn't even think about that. That's absolutely fucking
Soldiers. I
correct.
didn't even think.
Yeah, the military. Motherfuckers be in the field for months, bro. Months. Haven't
I
seen
mean,
them.
I understand like soldiers at base. I understand soldiers at base, but like deployed to hot regions, I wouldn't be able to imagine them playing games over there.
Bro, even in garrison, which refers to you being in the States and on base, even in garrison, you go to the field for exercises and you might not see your consul again for a month or two, or three, or four, or five, or six. Bruh. So yeah,
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
this definitely affects the military, bro. That was an excellent
Oh,
point.
yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you're essentially being punished for having a life. Basically. Like what the fuck?
You're punished for touching grass.
basically. FIFO mining workers who go out to a remote mine won't be able to play their new games until they come back. They will affect legitimate buyers. Yeah, people with actual money who work jobs for long hours sometimes don't even see their console for months. Just because it won't affect you, the author, doesn't make it a nothing burger. 12 people downvoted this? Wow.
Bro.
The specific exploit this is meant to combat is when you buy a game from the web store without downloading the game. Your console gets sent a valid license without the game being downloaded. You then disconnect your console from the internet, extract the license, refund the game, and then re-import the license and download the game illegally. What?
What?
Hang on. So this scam that people are pulling out of their ass now, because I don't care about that at all. You have on file that I purchased the game from the fucking PlayStation store on my PlayStation and not via the web store on my computer. Why is that even a valid avenue for purchase? Why aren't you forcing people to sign into PSN and link it to their account on the PlayStation? Like, it's on their PlayStation, but you can still access the PSN PlayStation app like from your computer. Why is there a separate online store where you can send people codes for PlayStation anyway? Why is that a thing? The specific so the way
We're
I'm
talking
interpreting this is
at this.
what'd you say?
I was gonna say at this point we should call PlayStation Scam Station.
I mean, to be fair, they're not the well. Shit, if you count revoking my fucking games from me scamming, I would count that. But in this specific case, somebody else is doing the scamming. Where apparently you can buy games from the online PlayStation store via browser and they'll send you a code, which means you have the code physically. You have the code since you gave them money and then you refund it, and then you can still input the code once you reconnect to the internet and it'll give you the game anyway, which I'm not even gonna lie to you, I feel like there's a different way to combat that. That doesn't involve people being subject to DRM. Because can't you make a code invalid if somebody makes a refund? Like, can't you there's a way for you to do this shit, like make it a timer, like have a timer for the code to expire after they refund, like have them have to wait a certain amount of time after a refund so that way the code expires. Something, bro. I think there's something there that they're not exploring. This shit is not a nothing burger though, so these people are stupid. Leave the $1 billion corporation alone. They know what's best for you. Blah blah blah. So for the users you're talking about, they just need to download and start the game before they go into their internet blackout to get the license, which they'd have to do anyway because there's no way for them to download the game when they're deployed / in a mine. Again, nothing burger. Bro, 12 people upvoted this. They gotta be bots, bro. I don't believe that shit. No, that's not how this DRM is implemented. You have to wait 30 days after purchase. Exactly. So what the fuck is he talking about? What is he talking about? Where you fucking download the game and then you just run it that way. No, the shit is on a 30-day timer from the date of purchase. And if you're out for more than a month, you won't be able to play your shit when you get back. What are you talking about? You have to wait 30 days after purchase, then connect to the net to authenticate and permanently keep the game. If you buy the game and then wait 5 days after, you ship out and can't connect to the net, then you won't be able to play the game after 25 days, 30 days since purchase, until you return from deployment and connect to the net. Similar with mining workers. Connecting to the net minutes after buying and downloading the game won't authenticate it for permanent purchase. This was demonstrated by people disconnecting the CMOS battery. I don't think you understand fully how this DRM is reported to work. One of the exploits the DRM is aimed at is people who buy the game, then disconnect, and then refund the game within the 14 days and keep the game until they connect to the net again. Also, the exploit you mentioned
I'm sorry, Kane. I kind of blacked out halfway through that. What the hell is he talking about?
He's describing the scam. Like I get the scam. Uh,
But
what
like
the
that scam is so goddamn tedious. Who would want to do that? That
bro?
is so much fucking work.
Broke motherfuckers find a way, bruh. I'm telling you. I feel like pirating would just be easier.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like pirating the shit would just be easier. But yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. Like, what the? Why would you broke motherfucker? If you're broke, why don't you just sail the seas? Or, hell, I don't know how you could be that level of broke that you have to do all of that shit just to get a game. I feel like life is just simpler than that, man. I don't fucking get it. Life is
okay.
not that complicated, bro. You do not need to jump 3 hoops to find a way to get a game like that. Oh my God.
If I'm understanding this right, what they do is they purchase the game, then they disconnect, and then they refund the game within the 14-day window and keep the game until they connect to the internet again. So yeah, like so okay, so they're essentially freezing the timer on the refund date until they connect to the internet again. So basically, they're buying the game and refunding it, and then keeping the game for an indefinite amount of time because the servers can't talk to their console and count down the actual timer. I mean, but as soon as they connect to the internet after the 14-day period, wouldn't the servers
I
just
mean,
make
that
like
just
wouldn't it just like take the license because it has a refund on file immediately?
also what that also kind of makes the whole timer 30-day thing even more pointless because if you just buy the game as it is, full price, and then want to refund it, it should just be a
Bruh.
1 or 2 way street. Like it shouldn't require a 30-day period in the first place.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't even give a fuck to understand this scam because it's not my problem. It's not my fucking problem. I'm sorry. It's not my
I think
problem.
the rest of the comments are just talking about that. I'm honestly kind of blacking out during this.
I'm not gonna fucking bruh. I'm
I
not gonna
think
be
that's it,
subject.
bro. I think that's it for this.
No, that's all the comments. I'm not gonna be subject to DRM because of some scammers, bro. Like because some scammers are getting away with something. Now everybody in the entire world has to pay for it, bro. No, 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 bro.
Fuck that.
We don't need to read the
Yeah.
article of Sony clarifying the DRM. We don't need to read that. But
Yeah, we already.
this entire debacle is ridiculous, especially with the UK age verification shit, where you have to give your government ID to play a fucking video game. Switch to Steam, bro. Switch
Yeah,
to Steam, bro.
I mean, yeah, we all. I mean, we were already covered like a couple episodes ago why the whole age verification thing is terrible in the first place.
Yeah, but it's spreading, so it keeps becoming relevant because it's being applied to different things now. First it was porn.
Yeah.
First it was porn, and then
Yeah.
they tried to make it embarrassing to go up against age verification because who would defend porn? No one would defend porn. And I got on the mic and said, you know what, fuck it, I'm defending porn. But here's the thing, I'm not defending porn. I'm defending people's right to anonymity while watching porn, which is a little bit better. But I'm just kind of glad that it shifted to other things that I can talk about without, you know, it sounding
Embarrassing
retarded.
yourself.
No, I'm not embarrassing shit. I'm still gonna argue for the right thing, even if it doesn't look good. Regardless,
Mhm.
it's just stupid because you know, morally and emotionally, I don't want to have to. It's like defending a person you don't like. I'm not gonna lie on someone I don't like just because I don't like them. But god damn it, why are you
Mhm.
making me defend this motherfucker? Why are you doing this to me? I hate him. Why are you making me do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm wasting my time, resources, and brain cells to defend the integrity of a person I don't like. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that it's applied to other things. That way I can still combat it without sounding like to an idiot that I'm defending and endorsing something that people probably shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? Like if they said you need to show your driver's license and fucking you need to show your face and your license plate and give all your information to the government before you can smoke crack, I'd probably be against that too. But people would be like, "Ha, you're defending the usage of crack." No, that's not what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It doesn't
I
matter what
mean, it's
it doesn't matter what they try to hide behind. I'm still going to be against it. Is the point? It doesn't matter.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you mean.
Anyway, that topic went on for a while. It was worth it, in my opinion. That shit is not going anywhere. You will definitely hear more about that. You said you wanted me to cover a specific movie last, Soups, the Super Mario thing.
Uh,
Do you
I
care?
mean, if you want, like if you want, because I myself haven't seen the movie yet. So
Well, I mean, I don't know if this article is gonna spoil it or not, but yeah, maybe you should go see the movie first. When I feel like covering that topic, I'll let you know. Um, but what I'm gonna cover is the amount of fucking video game movies they're dropping. Uh,
oh yeah,
like I
video
feel.
game movies.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying video game movies.
Yeah, and why are they doing it? Because they've beat the shit out of the dead horse that is superhero films. So now they need a new angle. Another thing to be creatively bankrupt in because people are still somehow going to pay for it even though it's a rehash or it's a property that they don't care about but they know people will show up for and shell out clams because it's a known property. Like they're not going to take any care with it, but for some
Yeah.
reason people will still go out and see it and spend money. Like this is why they're doing it. They don't want to come up with any new original stories. They don't want to take any risks. The crazy thing about people saying they don't want to take any risks? I don't even think they're taking a risk anymore by making something new. I feel like that is something people desperately want at this point. Where's the fucking risk if people want? Where's the risk if people want it to happen? You know what I mean? Doesn't really make any sense.
Also, take into account that um, if you'd actually, you know, if we're still using properties like IPs that are, pre-established, well, for
Mm-hmm.
one, they're still trying to, bring back the superhero thing, but they're not doing it in a way that it actually matters. They're not doing it in a way where it's like actually representing the actual comic book fans. They're just trying to bring it. They're using all the power of the actors that you loved from 10 years ago to try to make themselves relevant again. On the superhero side, in the video game side, they're basically just giving you the CGI graphics of the games,
Yeah.
and that's kind of it. I mean, well, I mean, and depending on what we're talking about, because if we're talking about like Five Nights at Freddy's, at least they sort of give you they do use the lore, and they do give you the designs, the graphics. The plot
Yeah.
still kind of like mixed between it being the game of the plot and it being its own thing.
And
I guess it depends where you go up.
I'm fine with them using properties to tell original stories so long as they make the characters be themselves. You know what I mean? Like you can put
Yeah,
Leon Kennedy in a Resident Evil movie and have it not have anything to do with the T virus or the original Raccoon City incident, and it could still probably make sense. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone's asking for that. People are just asking for the spirit to not be violated. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like that's a hard thing to accomplish, especially since if they would just copy and paste from source material, they would be doing less work for all profit. It only makes I don't get it. I mean,
speaking
I
of
say I
speaking of
say
Resident
that.
Evil,
Yeah, I say that I don't get it and that it doesn't make sense, but it's really just me using those things as a turn of phrase at this point. It does make sense. I do understand why they're doing it. I just don't like it. Anyway, you did want to cover Resident Evil, and you are comfortable with that, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about that. I'll talk about the other one later, right?
Yeah.
So I do have a bunch of headlines for a bunch of other video game movies. Um, I might as well show the headlines of them because it's just the same article over and over. I'm not gonna read them all, but I'll go ahead and show them to you. We have Resident Evil movie in the works. We have Elden Ring movie in the
Another.
works. Mind you, we're gonna cover these as they become more relevant. We're gonna cover these as they approach and they're about to come out and they become more relevant. But basically, all the articles are video game movie is in the works. Insert name here is in the works. Elden Ring is in the works. Metal Gear Solid is in the works. Bloodborne is in the works. And this is an animated movie.
Speaking of,
Go ahead.
okay, an animated movie of Bloodborne would actually go hard.
It would, but I really hope they don't fuck it up. I was just about to say, okay, I am actually kind of excited for that one, but I don't want to be. Don't want to be at all.
I'm not. I'm not even a Bloodborne fan, but I know just a little bit enough about Bloodborne to know that animation would be the best way to go if you're gonna adapt it
Yes,
to a big screen.
absolutely. Whether you did 3D models, claymation, or just straight up illustration,
D
it'd be
models.
yeah.
Yeah, just draw it in 2D or do a 3D model. It would have to be animated.
And when I say
Live action
claymation,
cannot capture.
it can't, bro. It can't. But when I say claymation, I mean like Tim Burton claymation, not Gumby claymation.
I do like Tim Burton claymation, but god damn, that would take way too long to do.
Battlefield movie in the works with Michael B. Jordan being a part of it somehow, and then
I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I'm be real. I know a lot of people like Michael B. Jordan, but I'm so done with him.
why?
Got tired of him real fucking fast.
Because he's everywhere and in everything.
No, no, from the moment he showed up in Fantastic Four and Black Panther, and everyone glazed his Killmonger so much, I got sick of him.
I don't
I'm like,
even.
he is not that deep of a villain. He is really not. He is
It's
so overrated.
it's not
I
that
can't even take him
complicated.
seriously in Creed anymore, man.
It's not that complicated, but I'm not gonna hate on him because he's everywhere. Personally, I'm not gonna do that.
I
But I
mean, sure, I
understand.
like him more than I like Pedro Pascal, but I don't trust Michael B. Jordan to actually be in the spirit of a character, considering the past
From a
record, you
comic
know?
book, maybe no, no, maybe not. But
Deeper and deeper into town.
to be fair, that's not really his fault, is it? I mean, he's just an actor, you know. Not every actor can be Henry
I
Cavill.
mean, well, not every actor can be Henry Cavill, but he's in a big enough position where he could have just turned down the role that he obviously does not fit.
No, that's
I'm
absolutely
talking about
true for
Human
Human
Torch.
Torch. No, for Human Torch,
How about
no,
Fantastic Four with that one?
that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
But again, we can't expect every actor to be as big a fan. We don't know what they're fans of. We don't know if they're even a fan of pop culture or the arts or entertainment. We don't know. At the bare minimum,
But I mean,
you
that's
can say
just,
they might be a fan of acting as an art, but not necessarily, you know, the storytelling medium that is comic books or Warhammer or any pop culture niche thing. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of we can't expect them to think like we do. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, but the thing with Michael B. Jordan is that he does. I mean, even not so much with comics, but I know he does put himself out there as being a fan of stuff. Like I remember he once stated
That
he was a
shit,
fan of anime. You know that. That's where I'm
that
like,
shit.
okay, but
When you
like,
if you make claims to being a fan of something and people pull your card and you can't defend that, then I have a problem with it. It'd be different if he was a neutral party. So far, I haven't heard him say anything like that for comics. But let's say he did. I wouldn't fuck with it. It'd be terrible. You know what I mean? Like I would hate for somebody. I hate when people claim they're a fan of something and it's so transparent they're not. Adi Shankar.
Or
Or
as I
the
like you, as we should call him, Addy Shitcar.
him or the producers of the Fallout TV show. We're such big fans, and they only name shit from Fallout 4. They only use
Oh my.
shit from Fallout 4. They use the worst possible interpretation of the Fallout franchise, but I'm such a big fan. Like, bruh, that's the shit I don't like. If you're just an actor who's just acting and you have never made claims of being a fan of some shit, it's hard for me to hate you. It is just hard. Personally, it's just hard for me to hate you because you don't fucking know any better. I would blame the executives, the producers, the directors over you. Like, you would be the lowest person on the totem pole for blame. Unless you
Well,
claim to be a fan of something and you were fucking lying. Go ahead.
kind of like a certain director we're about to talk about here.
Is that what's happening? Because I had no idea. You wanted to talk about it, so I brought it up. I guess we're going to see the trailer. Can we react to this?
Wait, it's a 12-minute video exclusive trailer breakdown.
What the fuck? We can't react to that, bro. We
I
can't.
think I was just gonna say, like, I think it's gonna be a trailer and then like 10, 11 minutes of of Zach Kreger talking,
All right, we'll see.
and
We'll see if it's just the trailer.
This is for sure, bar none, my most visually gonzo movie. All right, I'm Zach Kreger. This is the teaser for Resident Evil, which is coming out September 18th. Okay, so basically,
talk about
my rule for this movie was to just try and make a movie that felt like my experience of playing the games, that could live in the world of Resident Evil. So this, I feel like this movie takes place alongside the events of Resident Evil 2. I like to think that everything that's going on in the police station could be happening in this world. This is just another dude on another mission on the other side of town, and like what's going on with him. So yeah, I mean, it's not canon in that.
Yeah.
But you heard what you were saying there is it's not canon technically. It could be canon to the Resident
I'm
Evil
not using the
universe.
characters.
I'm really tired of people using the excuse of it's not canon to fuck up. To essentially write fan fiction. Because we know why you're using the name Resident Evil. Like, we know why you're using it. You're using it because it's a well-known property that people already know. It's not.
Like, I wanted to talk about this because just that first couple of seconds he was saying there when he said, "I want to make a movie that feels like my experience playing Resident Evil." How much Resident Evil did he actually play?
Have you played Resident Evil? Have you ever done it? Have you ever?
That's exactly why. Because I don't feel like he's a fan. I feel like this is what you were just saying just now, that he claims to be a fan, but it's very transparent that he isn't.
Oh, man.
I think he just made it very clear that he wanted to do his own movie, but insert it into Resident Evil for some reason. I'm trying to fathom why. Weapons. I've seen that movie myself, and I actually like that movie. Barbarian. I'm hearing a lot of good things about that one. I myself haven't seen it, but he clearly can do independent movies with original ideas. So why are we doing this?
Who knows, bro? I have no idea. How long is this article?
I don't think that's actually a long article. I think it's just a video.
Okay, so it's just the video in the description. I guess we can watch a little bit more of the video and comment on what he's saying.
Another dude on another mission on the other side of town, and like what's going on with him. So yeah, I mean, it's not canon in that I'm not using the character.
Yeah.
Sorry. A couple more minutes and I'll say something.
Characters, but it's canon in that it lives in the actual day of reckoning and Raccoon City. So he, this movie follows the characters. He's outside of Raccoon City. He's got to get into the center of it, and we're kind of with him as he goes through this gauntlet.
He's got to get into the
I think
center. Why?
I think that's something he's gonna not say because of story spoilers or something.
No, that's stupid, bro. You could easily say he has to get into the center of it because of X reason, and it wouldn't spoil anything. He has to get into the center
I
of the
don't.
city to go get his sister, to go get his dog, to go get his cat, to go get his fucking dry cleaning receipt.
Life.
You
Dry cleaning receipt. That's
you don't have to be so
candy.
vague about why he's going into the center of the city, because when you leave that ambiguous, it just makes you sound stupid. You're in an apocalypse. I have to get into the center of this city that's currently undergoing an apocalypse and being zombified. Why? That's the first fucking question anyone with a brain is going to ask. Why? Why the fuck
My also
is he going into the city? Go ahead.
my question is, where is he getting this footage of the guy running into in snow from? Because I play Resident Evil 2. There ain't no fucking snow in that game
It's on the other
at
side.
all.
It's on the other side of town, man. The other side of town is
What?
cold,
Hold up.
man.
Where in America is he think does he think Raccoon City is at? Because
It's
I
on
don't
the other.
recall Raccoon City being.
It's on the other side of town, man. Which I don't know what the fuck the other side of town means for a city, but it's only he's outside Raccoon City on the other side of town. This shit already don't make no sense.
Other side of town, man. What the hell? Where the? I didn't know other side of town meant other side of the mountains.
Outside, other side of town, outside of the city. What?
Most metropolitan Resident Evil location is on the other side of some snowy ass mountains, apparently.
Bro, when I hear other side of town, I think other side of Raccoon City, not outside of Raccoon. Man,
of set pieces, it gets deeper and deeper into town, and so what I love about the games is that every set piece brings with it unique new horrors.
yeah, you do
I don't
know.
remember that fucking monster.
How does he account for the ticking clock of the entire city being nuked into oblivion? How does he? I hope it's worth it. I hope whatever the fuck you're going there to get is worth it. I hope it's worth it. Go ahead.
Also, I don't remember this fucking monster from either 2 or 3. Do you remember this fat monster?
I think it's just
Do you remember this fatty?
I think it's just a fat zombie. I don't actually remember a fat zombie.
It's just a fatty.
I don't remember a
It's just
fat
the-
zombie from Resident Evil 2. I don't.
It's just a 600-pound life.
And so I just
cast
wanted
member
to, I
just
wanted
wound
the
up in
rhythm to
Raccoon
feel like it was
City.
always changing, it was always shifting. You were always facing increasingly bigger.
Immediately, the zombies don't act like this in Resident Evil 2. They don't behave like this.
Oh, the random arms and legs coming out the
dangers
door
and,
is like not.
And you got to
Resident
be
Evil
aware
at all.
of resource management.
That's like
and
Z Nation.
health
Yeah, that's not Resident
and
Evil.
things like that. So I really did use a lot of
The zombies are
cues from the
played very
games on how to
classically in
build this
Resident
thing
Evil. They
out.
just have a
And
scientific
so-
origin. Like, these people are decaying. They're decaying. They're undead. They're slow, lumbering, indestructible. You have to shoot them in the head, and even sometimes that shit don't work. You think you kill them, and then they wake up later. Zombies are played very classically and straightforward. Well, classically.
Yeah, I mean, because there's a
Go ahead.
yeah, I was saying I agree with you classically because they're basically playing off the 1960s American zombie movies from back in the day. They're just walking decaying corpses that try to eat you in mass.
Yeah,
And
classically.
then when
in
you
the
have
sense,
the
finish.
and then the mutated ones on top of it, like the lickers, those are just like Resident Evil originals.
Yeah, but BOWs are distinct from the zombies, though. That's the thing. Like, when I say zombies are played classically,
Yeah.
I mean in the sense that they're played like they're played the same as they would be from the folklore, minus the mystical origin being substituted for a scientific one.
Right.
Yeah. So I have no idea. Immediately, this shit is not Resident Evil because the zombies do not behave the way zombies in Resident Evil behave. Here we go again. The dude, was anyone expecting anything different? We knew that they were just gonna deviate like sharply, right? Immediately.
Yeah,
that?
it's a love letter to the games.
It's like
which
everyone
I
expected it to deviate.
fully
I've
upset.
read it. I've heard enough. It's a love letter to the games. I've heard enough. I've heard enough.
A love letter to the game? You mean that's a funny way of saying a slap to the face?
We lasted 1 minute 49 seconds. I've heard enough, bro. I don't think I'm sick of this shit, bro. This is the era we're in where they're gonna. Oh man, it's gonna be even worse than the superhero era because they're gonna do everything in their power to ignore every inch of source material outside of the member berries. I clapped.
Yeah.
I clapped when I saw the rocket launcher. Fuck me, bro.
You know, what's crazy is that my introduction to Resident Evil was the fucking awful Mila Jovovich movies from way back in the day before I actually went and started playing the games. And I hate that. Like I hate that had to be my introduction to Resident Evil. Because my normie ass at the time thought, "Oh, so this is Resident Evil." This is the things they're doing to Resident Evil are dangerous. It can literally fool a population of people into believing whatever they want them to think Resident Evil is.
Oh my lord, bro! Like, I don't want to watch any more of that. I'm good, bro. I think we got the point across.
Jesus.
If you want to,
yeah,
I'll go ahead and cover the Mario movie things and why that sucks. But you don't have to stay because I don't want to spoil the movie for you if you plan on watching it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, cover it, then I'll just make my exit. But before I do, I wanted to make a statement. Since this Resident Evil guy wants to do his own sort of take on Apocalypse, yet by shoehorning it into a series that is not actually meant to fit that, how about instead of doing that, how about you make your own original Apocalypse story, like I have?
Ah, that was a good segue. Ah, you got my ass. I didn't think you were doing that. I had no idea you were doing that. Yes,
if you guys want an actual original post-apocalypse story, buy my book, Seeds of the Next Century.
Yeah, buy his shit. Yes, folks, Seeds of the Next Century, available now on Amazon, wherever books are sold. Or, okay, only on Amazon, not wherever books are sold. They are sold on Amazon, though, so get it there. Buy his shit.
And once you're done reading it, please leave a review on Amazon. That way it gains more traction. Not just a star rating. Please leave some comments. Tell me what you think of the book.
Please.
Good or bad.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
If you hate it, especially, please leave a comment.
Yes, I am open to constructive criticism, please.
Or destructive criticism. We're not picky.
Yeah, I am also welcome to read destructive comments as well.
All right.
But yeah, please check out Seeds of the Next Century. It's also edited by your host himself.
Buy his shit. This is not about me. This is about him. But yes, I did receive an editor's credit that I did not think would be on Amazon, but it's there. Thank you, by the way. It's dope as hell.
Well, of course, your input helped me make the story what it is. Yes.
Bro.
Please try my book if you want something that feels more original.
I didn't write this shit, bro. He wrote this.
I know you didn't write it. Of course, I wrote it. I spent quite a bit of time writing this.
I'm just saying that my role in it is not as significant as yours. Yes, I did help, but still, bro. Still. It's your vision
I
at
give
the end of
credit
the
where
day.
credit is due.
Yeah.
All right.
I have to buy my copy.
Uh,
I'm putting that shit on my shelf. Are you doing hardbacks anytime soon?
I don't think I'll. I don't know. With the way the book was formatted, I'm not sure if I'll really be able to do that.
Damn.
So I've only managed to do just paperbacks and ebooks.
That's fine. I'll do a paperback.
Thank you. I'll
All right.
appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Alrighty. Peace out, bro.
Yep.
It's good having you, as
Yep,
usual.
with that, I make my exit. Have a good rest of the show, everyone. See y'all next time.
We will keep your seat warm, compadre.
Okay.
All right. Now for our final topic for the night, and he only left because he didn't want to get the movie spoiled. But those of you who might have seen the Super Mario Galaxy 2 film already, especially if you're a fan of Mario, probably won't like this news at all. I know I didn't like it when I fucking saw it, but apparently they're trying to make they're trying to rewrite history essentially. Um, and he wants Peach's origin story in the Super Mario Galaxy movie to remain canon in future games. Um, I don't claim to be an expert on the Mario franchise. And while I have no idea how much that would contradict Peach's character or origin throughout the history of the Mario franchise, something tells me that it will. I have no idea why Miyamoto would want this. If you watch both Super Mario Galaxy films, or excuse me, if you watch both Super Mario films, uh, the main protagonists, Mario, and I guess we could say Luigi, are not shown in any sort of light that would do their characters any sort of justice, especially from their games. And that says a lot because Luigi is often depicted as a coward, like a sniveling coward. Even if he does end up doing the things he's afraid of doing and acts bravely, and this movie still doesn't do him justice. Mario is pushed to the side. He's not even. He's not, bro. I'm gonna just keep. I'm just be honest. Peach is basically the main character. Peach and Rosalina are basically the main character. They have they're the most powerful characters. They're the most effective and effectual characters in the movie. Mario and Luigi hardly do anything of the sort. Like we don't see Mario being adept. We don't see Luigi being adept at basically anything. Or if they're adept at anything, it's not nearly enough. Like we know what Mario's capable of. We've seen him in all his game appearances. He's not doing that same shit in the film. As a matter of fact, he has to learn how to platform in the first Mario movie, which makes no fucking sense. Why is it that they didn't set the story already in the Mushroom Kingdom and have Mario go on an adventure? Mario and Luigi and his friends go on an adventure in the Mushroom Kingdom. He has to be set in the real world and brought into the Mushroom Kingdom. That shit doesn't make any fucking sense. Why? Why did they go with that approach? Why would you want anything regarding that film canon to the actual video games? Let alone Peach's origin story. But yeah, Peach in the movie, if you want to watch that film, leave now. This is a huge spoiler. In the movie, it is revealed that Peach is Rosalina's sister, and they were separated at birth. They both have like super star lady powers. They're basically cosmic entities. I have no idea how the hell that's gonna fare for the next film. I don't think I care. But yeah, he wants Peach's origin story from the movie to be canon in future games. Why? Who knows? I want to know what longtime Mario fans feel hearing this, or how they feel upon hearing this, because while I'm not the biggest Mario fan, even though I do enjoy the games and I've played many of them, I'm not an expert, but I've worn this shoe before, so it's very familiar. And how many times does it need to happen? You know. Miyamoto says Peach's newly revealed backstory in the Super Mario Galaxy movie may remain canon in future games. Warning: this article contains spoilers for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. As reported by Nintendo Dreamweb, Miyamoto conducted a group interview with Japanese media to mark the Japanese release excuse me, of the Super Mario Galaxy movie this Friday, April 24th. One of the reporters asked Miyamoto what would happen to Peach's surprise backstory, which is revealed in the film. Most notably that she and Rosalina are sisters who are separated as children, and whether this was now the official canon. Miyamoto replied that Nintendo has avoided going into characters' backstories too much in the past because it could limit what they could do with those characters going forward. Wow, what a hack way of saying that you don't want to commit to a story avenue. Those characters going forward, but now that their pasts have been explored more in the movies, conveniently, now that we've made Peach the main character in 2 separate films, now we want to make them canon. We want to make their backstories canon. We want to establish a backstory and make it canon. How fucking convenient. Now that their pasts have been explored more in the movies, the plan is to try to establish this as the official lore in the upcoming games. Because we don't always know what kind of game we'll make next, having too many character backstories can end up restricting us. How? You know what I mean? How? But anyway, I'm fine with being bound by the gameplay, but I didn't want to be constrained by a story recreated. This is the reason why we had avoided making movies for so many years. That's so fucking... Miyamoto is basically revealing that he's a hack writer, at the very least. Until we made this film, then we hadn't decided on Peach's origins. But now that we've made the movie, it becomes fun to expand on the character in various ways. So before, having a backstory was restrictive, but now conveniently having a backstory is liberating. Okay. Therefore, I'd like to adhere to the backstory established in the movie as much as possible in future games. Oh, okay. The Super Mario Galaxy movie remained top of the U.S. box office for the 3rd week in a row this past weekend, passing a major milestone for the series as a whole. Both films combined have now surpassed $2 billion in global box office. Again, I want to hear from some Mario fans about this. Matter of fact, I'm going to watch some videos after just to see how they feel about them trying to change Peach's origin in the future. The likelihood of the Super Mario Galaxy movie grossing more than $1 billion globally may become clearer next weekend when the film is finally released in Japan. Japan was a major market for the first film, where it grossed nearly $102 million. A similarly strong showing for the sequel will make an eventual total global box office of more than $1 billion, more than likely. And that's the end of the article. I know Miyamoto has never liked extensive lore bogging down the core Mario games, but this is like Mario and Luigi being brothers. It's simple to understand and doesn't change relationships to the world or each other. If you don't think Rosalina and Peach being sisters, not only sisters, but cosmic entities, doesn't change anything about the Mario games, you're insane. Why the hell did Peach need saving all those times in the past if she can just be a star woman at any point? She is all powerful, yet somehow Bowser's been locking her ass up. That doesn't change anything. No relationships. Nothing. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I see Tyrant Arts 95 in the chat saying BS. I would be interested to find out how you feel about everything that's going on with that. Them wanting to make Peach's origin story from the Super Mario Galaxy movie canon. Because it all just seems very convenient to me. Where they said, you know, backstories felt restrictive, but for some reason, now that this movie's out, and they made up an origin story for her, now we want to make that canon. It doesn't make any sense to me. Before, commitment felt restrictive, but now commitment feels liberating. Doesn't make any sense. Makes absolutely no sense. But anyway, that was our final topic for tonight. I don't see an end in sight for these video game movies that people are producing, especially given all the headlines I've shown you. As time goes on and as these films get closer and closer to being released, obviously, we're going to cover them. We're going to cover as many as we can. Hopefully, we get some good news out of it. There hasn't been much news to come out. There's been significant news like the DRM. The rest has really only been movie game related stuff as far as art and entertainment. That's pretty much it. Nobody's talking about anything that's been released for streaming services. I've heard very little about the latest season of Invincible. Nobody seems to care about the new season of Devil May Cry that's releasing. Nobody cares about The Boys. Like, I haven't been hearing anything. What's the hot new craze TV show that's out right now that everybody's watching? I mean, people are really watching. Like, you can't go a second without seeing it on your feed. Like, I haven't seen anything like that. I'm so glad I didn't see the second movie. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see either one. I just saw the fucking reviews. The Boys was exhausting to sit through. Yeah, I'm hearing people not have anything good to say about The Boys. So, I believe you. Tyrant, I would be interested just for my own personal enrichment. If you would type out your thoughts and opinion on the new changes to the Mario franchise with Peach's origin story being canon, I would like to hear your detailed thoughts on that and how you feel about it. Just out of interest. You don't have to do that right now, but I would like you to DM me. Like, if you ever find the time to write your opinion on it, I'd like you to send it to me just so I can read it. Because I do want to hear from real Mario fans who are, like, long-time fans of the franchise and the lore and the storytelling and all that. Because I'm just interested. I just want to know. Because if it's anything like how comic book fans or novel fans feel when their source material gets trampled, then, you know, obviously I would understand, you know. But yeah, man, this doesn't seem genuine to me at all. Like, they made Peach a girl boss in both movies, basically. She's like one of the most capable characters out of Mario, Luigi, and her. Doesn't really make any sense. She doesn't need to be saved ever. Basically, Mario saving the princess has not happened. Short answer, I'm a little frustrated. Yeah, I can believe it. I can believe it, bro. Overall, I think it's been a good show. We covered the topics we could find in depth. I think we talked intelligently or spoke intelligently on each topic. I think there's definitely more to uncover regarding each topic. I think we had a good time. I had a good time, at least. I can't speak for everybody else, but I enjoyed the show today. Don't forget to purchase Seeds of the Next Century if you haven't already. That's Soup's debut book as an author. He has graduated to author status. He has completed his first work. Still so proud of him. But I think I'm going to be signing off here in a second. I came in too late, Paul. It's good, Tyrant. It's all good. It's all good. There's always the playback. We spoke about some interesting things. So hopefully you enjoy the playback. And there's always the comment section if there's anything you want to talk about or mention, you know. But yeah, this has been your episode of the Monkey Paw, episode 55. Thank y'all so much for joining. See y'all again in the next couple weeks. Peace out.